Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Traplines and Inlines. So it's an absolutely beautiful day here today up at camp, and we got a nice little chunk of work to do here and stuff today. It's gonna be a real beauty. It was windy this morning. Looks like it's died down a bit, and then you know, also it's getting right up there +7, so it's gonna be a real beauty of a day. You can see it's already starting to melt here, but it's gonna warm up quite a bit. You see my beauty of a dog here. I was just doing a little bit of tinkering, a little bit of projects on the 1-2 valve here. So not off to a great start. I'll show you some of the different projects I got on the go. Sure enough, them broke, so I just got a ratchet strap on, or a bungee cord on there for the time being, and working on that. Yeah, it's melted quite a bit here. So I had to put a U-joint on the rear drive shaft of the 12 valve, and it's a Moog U-joint. I haven't had great luck with them. So I have had my straps and U-joint in stock there for a minute. And I was going to, I was kind of watching that. Figured it might go, kind of thing. And I want to replace it, but one of the straps there is just really badly stuck in there and stripped out, and it's a nightmare. So I'll have to, what I'd like to do there is get that out of there so we can fix it. This is another part I've had in stock for a while, and I'm going to replace it now. I'll show you why. And then got my drinks here, and then I got a new battery here. This is the one that goes for in the Kodiak, my quad there. And we're gonna have to activate that and put it in too, because I'm gonna need that quad right away here to get into camp, because she is gonna be sloppy here in about a second. Like real quick, it's gonna be ugly around here, so I gotta be ready for it, because there's a lot going on here elsewhere this time of the year that I have to, at least a way out of here if need be, if things become urgent or matters of the sort. Okay, so we're underneath the 1-2 valve here. I'm gonna drop the front def bin, meaning to do that for a second. It's warm enough today. My RTV should kind of set good enough. You can see here, I had one spot real cheap, shitty linkages for this truck when the stock ones went out. They didn't last worth a shit. But the one part I couldn't get in the cheap linkages, this one here connects the shock absorber to the drag link right up to the pitman arm. You can see. So that's not good. It don't look as bad now as it would if you got in the vehicle, turn it on and start steering back and forth. That's gonna be up and down and not good. All these linkages are tight as shit. They're Moog linkages. I got tie rod ends, and track bar with a adjustable bracket, because I have her lifted 3 inches. Then I got Moog ball joints on this side and not on this side, and it's pretty damn good. One thing is these shocks are cheap shocks. I have a bastard of a time with stabilizer links. I buy cheap ones of them because they just break. So those shocks are probably due pretty quick. I've had them in there a while, and they're cheap ones. See, this is no good. So what happened, it was I bought all these cheap linkages, and then I bought one of these, which is exactly this part. Now this part has been in there a hell of a long time, because when I went to replace the shitty linkages, I replaced all these, and then I bought this one, but this piece was still good, so I left it in there. But it's time to replace that, and we'll grease her all up and get her ready to go here, guys. So took the pooch for a rip. Hopefully heat up the diff a bit. Should be good, better, not super hot. We're four-wheeling. There's Pooch. He's all tired out there now. So I guess we'll just drop her out here quick and let her. And then I think I'm on pretty level ground there. Good enough. It don't matter too much. Oh, I nearly forgot. Before we even take this cover off, we gotta take the plug out. Always, 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 always. Had this out not too long ago, so it won't be too tough. A little more than I realized, actually. So there's our fill plug. Oh fuck. I'll clean that off. Nothing on the magnet. Good sign as always. Force my fluid level. If I don't get my fucking finger stuck. Yeah, we're there pretty good, so that's right on. Cordless impacts make the world go round. It's our identification tab. See, this one I can't get a socket on. So you can probably, oh, barely. That's not recommended. See, you can probably see some of the carnage around this diff. The reason for that is just purely being in the bush, hitting rocks and stuff. So it's not great, but I got a couple wounds there. And this bolt, I actually had to file the edges to get my wrench on it, and I'll have to file it again in the vise when it's more convenient. So the trick is to leave the top bolt, for sure it is. So we'll just, I don't know how much we want to leave there. Now I want to get in here, and with the screwdriver I'm wedging it. It's gonna come open here. Now gotta be gentle, because you know, there, she broke. Quite a seal on that one actually, but we want to be gentle. Don't want to put any big indents that make this tough to seal up. Hey, so our diff cover is, you know, there's the seal on it. You can see, we can, the fluid's clean. It's due to be changed, but you can see in here, I guess you can't really see in here, but we'll just leave that. Having the cover there is nice because we don't have to worry so bad about contamination and stuff. But you see, it's gonna take a second to drain out. I am on a slight downhill maybe, which is probably good for draining her out. And we'll just let that sit for a bit and come back here. You can see all the old RTV. This was clean. This was just changed when I got it, so it's about due, but it's the front diff. But I do use, you know, I am in four-wheel drive a lot, so we're just cleaning up the diff here. Make sure to get it all good and clean. See, this, we got to scrape off all this shit, or all this RTV. Make sure it's out of the road there for us, so that we can get a good mating surface for our RTV on top. And I'll just scrape all this off. So I about got her pretty good here. I'm just wiping her down, make sure I get all that material off and stuff. You can see being on the bottom there, like I've hit quite a few rocks and shit, which is not great, and there's some battle wounds there too. We shall get her done, boys. Okay, so I'm just here with my gray RTV here now, and I'm going to be looking to go all the way around the diff cover, and also all the way around all the bolt holes. And this is gray RTV. So now I'm just gonna, all I'm gonna do here is put all these in hand tight, and then from there we're gonna let it sit maybe a little over an hour. Usually it's an hour, but it's not very warm out today, you know, like it's not what a shop would be, you know, it's just a little cooler. So I got nothing but time. I don't have to leave the bush, and I don't even know when, so you know, I'll let it cure properly, I guess. You really don't have to though. We will come back and re-torque everything down and push it into the RTV that's already, you know, partially dried. So luckily this, like these they don't torque too much. Otherwise it might have been a rascal to get this buggered up one out of there. So they can get my socket back on there. So yeah, that didn't take long. And there she be. So we'll put that in. It's not perfect, but you don't have to be. Right on. I already got most of it off. Now these are tapered joints. They're ball studs, right? There's tapered joints on them. If you torque these to the normal spec, they pop out easy. If you really drive them in there, you'll have a rascal of a time with it. Like all these, they only torque to 65 and they pop out beautifully. That. Sorry, I had a camera malfunction. Fuck. So, I just popped the shock absorber, the steering shock absorber. That takes away all your side to side, you know, connected to the drive. Like you can hit a big ass bump, it throws you this way, you know, it's slowing that down. So I use my pickle fork just because I don't want to beat on them threads. Like you can put the nut on there and then you just end up fucking that up too. So I just popped it out quick. And I want to pop that one out first so I can pop this one. Otherwise it's just in the road. Now this is the hardest one to get. See if we can beat on the side of that to free it up. It's a rascal to get to because this in the way. You're in the way over here. On the other ones I just beat the shit out of them. But this one, it's just not as easy to get in there. I just got this pickle fork. Like I did a lot of work without one of these. Okay, so I got fair pressure on there, right? Now the trick is to, like once you got all the pressure on it here, and then if you can give it a whack, it'll free up. It's in such a darn inconvenient spot. There she be. That one took a little more than I realized, actually. So you can see why, like the taper joint, that one's been in there a damn long while, to be fair. Got the pickle fork jammed on there. I'll just pull this out, fuck, into the oil that's mint. So, okay, so you can see, I love when the threads look like this and they're not a pain in the ass. So what this is a double-sided sleeve. So if you twist it one way, it sucks both of them in, and then the other way, you know. And this is, there's two measurements here on your steering linkage. One is your toe, that goes from, you know, one hub to the other, which controls one steering knuckle to the other rather, and that sets the inside. It pulls either the front of your tires in or out. That's your toe. All this is, which is why it's quite an easy job, is a steering wheel adjustment. All this does, like, it goes right from the pitman arm, so it sets your steering wheel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unthread this one, leave this one exactly how it was. We just want relatively even enough threads on either side so that, you know, we don't want 1 inch on one side and 4 inches on the other side. We want the threads to be like relatively even in here. So you can see this hasn't been buggered up due to a lack of greasing either. I grease all this stuff liberally. You got to, it's a Dodge. I'm now wearing half of it, but that's fine. So you can also see really why this isn't any good anymore. It's really loose. Like if you were to pull these other ones, it would be hard to even move that ball stud. But it's done me well. It's been in there quite a while. See, I bought that because there's few on Rock Auto that make this part. Like I couldn't get it from Moog on there, and I also couldn't get it to the cheap one that I had before, so that's why I have this. So now all what we're gonna do is take this exact same part out of the box, screw it in like exactly that far. You can see how far it's been based on corrosion there, and then from there we'll try and put it in exactly the same hole. It's going to move around as we tighten that ball stud. It's gonna throw my steering off, but it's so easy to adjust. So much grease up here. Okay, So here's our dust boot. Keep some contaminant out of our grease there, out of our joint. So now this is gonna pop in, but probably not quite. We're gonna have to move it in there. There. See, now that's probably gonna be so damn close. Like if you did that with toe, it wouldn't, you never get it. Like it's even that little bit, I've moved it some, you know, it's not exactly back how it was. But being that that's a steering wheel and it means nothing really other than maybe throw my wheel slightly off, but I have a feeling it'll be pretty damn good. So I'm just gonna put the nut on there. Already got the grease nipple put in there. There's things that should be greasable. This is definitely one. U-joints are not. Better off sealed. So now I'll put my shock absorber back through. Got the nut for that as well. This one has no cotter pin. It's largely because it's just really not as important. Like this comes off, you're dead. Well, maybe not quite, but you're definitely in the cabbage. Like you would lose all steering. So, and then this adjustment, I had to twist this kind of over so it wasn't. Prior to this, it was in the road and scraping up against the boot of my shock absorber, which was no good. So this one's a 3/4. It's also, yeah, it's a locking nut. Okay, that's plenty tight enough as far as I'm concerned. Now I gotta remember to tighten these, but other than that, we gotta go 65 here, and then down to, and then to the next cotter pin. This is ultimately when we throw things out, like it went in there, but sucking down this stud will, like, it'll move the wheels very subtly. You know, it's moving things. I should not have this. There we go. Make sure I got the dust boot on there. I've done that before. Got it all put back together, realized I forgot the dust boot. That was meant. So we're going 65. Okay, so there we are. Now we have to line it up. Like, it's a castellated nut, right? And we might have got her. Yeah, very convenient. I'll stick her through the other side. It's a castellated nut with a hole in the bolt, of course. And we want this, like, we need this because it's to keep this nut from coming loose. Because it comes loose and you're really finished. And it serves as a precaution. There's just no pissing around down here, you know. So I leave that like that. Now we'll come through, tighten this is boring, and grease it right away. Grease everything while I'm down here, and that'll be right on. Isn't all that bad. I sure as hell have replaced the ones that are worse than that. Now the big thing there is I'm probably get a slight increase in driving. It's quite a tight front end. I don't have the greatest shocks under there, and then I got airbags in the rear, so she rides not too pretty bad. What it could use to improve ride quality, nicer shocks, and some really expensive sway bar links probably, because I'm just running cheap ones because I break them all the time. Other than that, the big thing is I don't want to be pissing around with that whenever I got up and down play, because I was moving it there by hand. But like I said, when you're steering back and forth, that'll be pop. What I really don't want to happen is that studs separate, because then you got no steering as well. And for what that part is worth, which is nothing, it's really not expensive. Was it $25 or $30? Maybe a little bit more, maybe 30 or 40. you know, it's just not worth pissing around with. And keep everything in good shape. You don't have to worry about some parts fucking up other parts. So we're kind of just twisting wrenches, all kinds of mechanic-y little things here today. Just had dinner, or lunch, sorry. These are all things, you know, they just got to be done, maintenance and stuff. Get her done, and this is for my quad here now that just needs to be going, because I'm gonna need it. It's like real warm outside, but it's not melting quite fast enough that I'm gonna need it like tomorrow, but it's good if it melts slower. But I got this new battery for my quad because the other one's no good. This AGM battery, it's OEM Japanese battery, and the one I had in there lasted like 9 years, so it's pretty impressive. Let the battery stand. I don't think I've ever done this here before. It says remove the sealing sheet. It's a dry battery, eh? Oof. Okay, so I did that, hoping not to blow myself up before. I've never done this one before. Okay, so here is electrolyte. It says do not open. Okay, so this is actually super easy. What we gotta do is dump it all in here, so it's got foil on her. And what we're gonna have to do is push this down to break it. There it goes. I had to puncture the seal there by pushing it down. It's kind of a sharp edge. So now it's filling the battery with electrolyte, and I don't know how long this takes. She's a windy one today, so it's kind of been nice working underneath the vehicle in the shop with the camera, you know. Otherwise outside it's a bit of a prick to film. I don't want a whole bunch of video that you can't hear with this shit, you know. So okay, so I'll just twist this out of the way. It's holds the battery in, and then fuck. For whatever reason, that was actually a little, I had to pry it out with the screwdrivers because I guess probably filled it right full of dirt and then kind of jams it in there. Okay, so there's our battery. YTX 20 LBS. The 20 is the, and 20 is the group size. Y is the maker. I can't quite remember what BS stands for. Get all this shit out of here. Here's our new battery. Make sure we put it in there the right way so that our positive and negatives are in the right place. There she be. Okay, so I don't have much. I just can't remember where I put the damn oh, for fuck's sakes, there's a hole in this bucket. To tell you the truth, it was in my back pocket, which is a little bit embarrassing. So, it wants me to feed this through, and then it's got the threads on this little piece here. Ooh, fuck. Just get our threads in here. Don't want to over tighten that, just snug it up. Awesome. Oh. That's what we're looking for there, guys. No sense pissing around with something that's half-assed. Me and Cougs are gonna go for a rep here in a bit, guys, so. Okay, I could feel the brakes have loosened up here, so I checked the pads. I had to put the hubcap back on. I forgot once I got this tire fixed, so that's why I just took it right off, and then I can show you. But there's about the closest thing to nothing left on those pads, like just like nothing. These rotors they're not scarred or anything, they're in good shape, but those pads need to go like right now. I haven't done any damage there, so that's fine. 12 valve needs brakes too. Where's my hot chocolate? Here it is. It's a minute. 12 valve needs brakes too, but just brake pads, right? It's an easy job. Oh, add that to the list and remind me not to stop and brake with this here. So it's a beauty quad. I love her. She'll need them brakes ASAP, so I'll order them tomorrow. Today's Sunday. And then over here, I wanted to show you this. So here's something I'll show you, you know, kind of take it or leave it. I wish someone would have told me this before I bought this toolkit. These are Stanley. This is Stanley toolkit. It's a terrible toolkit. But it's nice because it's got everything. Like, it's my biggest kit in terms of how many sockets and such. And the different sizes. It's just got more than my other ones. These wrenches have a catastrophic flaw there somehow. I don't know what it is, but only one of them works is a 1/2 inch. The 3/8 and 1/4 inch, they don't work at all. It was a real pain in the ass. They were just there's something like terribly wrong with them. And then on these sockets, they don't etch them in, they just print it on there, right? That's great. So then, yeah, I use it on the impact, then you can't see like what you're dealing with at all, just the rust. And this is not an old socket set, and it's just a pain in the ass. But I have a much better recommendation for you, and I think you should stick with what you know. Note to self, I usually do, but I seen that Stanley kit on sale, I bought it. These are good toolkits, Mastercraft, and a lot of Mastercraft stuff is not great. These wrenches are indestructible. I have beat the shit out of them for a long time. I have two of them, guys, 2 kits. Beat the shit out of them, like way harder on them. Like way harder on them than I ever was on those Stanley ones. Never had a socket break, nothing. They're the same price. I use them everywhere. See that? It's etched in there. I can still read every one of these sockets. The only problem is there's not as many. You know, it's a smaller kit than my other one. But I really regret buying those Stanley ones. They're terrible. The only thing I've ever broke out of both of these Mastercraft kits for however many years I've had them is the 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter. I'd show you what it looks like, but I broke every single one I have. There's a 3/8 to 1/4 inch because I try and put my 1/2 inch drive on those deep sockets and put way too much. Just twist them right off. Other than that, so I recommend the Mastercraft one, for sure I do. I do not recommend the Stanley one. I strongly discourage you, in fact. They're piss poor. The ratchets are really the make it or break it. Like, there's something wrong in there that it's just, like this one, you can't switch it over anymore. I know it's corroded, but it's been like this since I brand new got it. You can't even switch it over. And they're terrible. It was one of those days. There's lots of days like this. I just got so much to do around here and little things to get caught up on. You gotta stay caught up on all this stuff, otherwise you find yourself in trouble with it, you know. I got it re-torqued down. I might as well just let it sit and then fill it up with fluid tomorrow. Let it curve. I know you don't have to, but I gotta work on my firewood situation. This stuff is unthawing. It's such a big pile, it's not gonna really dry that well like this, and I'd like to get it drying as soon as possible. What I don't like to see, there's quite a drop here. It goes down, and then you have to build this side so much higher for it to be level. So I'm probably just gonna throw this wood over here, and I got a couple more pallets to put that are in the back of my truck. I'm not sure how all that is gonna go, but I better start. Maybe I just start with, you know, what I got there. I don't want to go too wide because I want the sun to hit it, but I could put it over here. I'd like to clean this shit up though, and Oh, I don't know. Cogs loves beaver meat. Well guys, honestly I hardly put a dent in her. There's just so much there to stack. Like there's a lot of firewood here. A lot of it's kind of frozen here with the freezing rain melting, and so that's kind of one of them projects you have on the go, and you know, you kind of busy yourself with when you get a chance or when you're looking for something to do, because to do it all at once is pretty dull, you know. It's actually a touch chilly out here today. It is stupid windy, so I'm just filling up this diff here first thing I do, because all of a sudden I might need this truck, and about the absolute last thing I want to do is drive off here without diff oil. That'd be a catastrophe. So I want to get it done straight away. I did let it sit overnight. So I'm just putting friction modifier. Tie rod's kind of right in the road, but and then I'm running 75/90 synthetic, and this would be great to get done. One, it's overdue. Like I obviously use 4-wheel drive a lot. Number two is that I've had these axles out of this truck enough times that it really should be done. So I got her there now. I actually lost the drizzle. So that's okay. So 3 right on plus friction. It's nice. Just tighten her back down here. I don't want to be I don't want to get too far ahead of I don't want to over tighten this, that's for damn sure. Make it a bastard on the next guy. We'll keep an eye on that. Make sure we have no leaks or stuff, but as soon as we're ripping, you know, go do rip figure eights. Okay, let's get on with it. Got to pull trapline today. Well guys, another beauty day up in the bush here today. Check this out. I got dinner. We're in town today. Get all kinds of stuff for different projects and shit. So I got lots to show you, different things I'm working on around here. This is one of the big ones. It's also a good excuse to get a couple other things. So you got the rear drive shaft drop. I got one of those strap bolts that's in there, absolutely something stupid. I torqued them down with a 1/4-inch drive. So the fact that they're, you know, just my little wrench. So the straps are bad. I got a U-joint that's loose in there. The U-joint's not great either. I'll get a better idea once we strap it down better, but got some drilling and tapping to do, and I've never really owned a proper tap and die kit before, so that's one of the things I picked up. I am deadly excited about, but that can all kind of fuck off for now because I'm going to eat Dawn, so see how that goes, eh, Pooch? Okay guys, so I'm not doing too much filming. Now this is kind of a weird video, you know, we're doing all these little projects and stuff. I have to get into a big project here pretty quick. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out soon enough. I'm gonna have to figure that all out. I bought a lot of things today. I've been buying a lot of things lately. No, I have no fear. Like, I kind of just, like, all winter, there's lots of things I've put off, and there's a lot of things I've needed for a minute. And I have just kept putting it off, and now I'm kind of doing all kinds of things at once. There's not a big load of shit here, but, you know, just the last while I've been splurging a bit. I got brake pads for my quad, so that's a project to get done as soon as possible. You know, I gotta have everything, all my equipment ready to go. I don't want little half-ass fixings or things that are on the way out the door, like the U-joint. Like, it's just not worth my time. Well, it is, you know, like when I'm broke down or some shit. Like, it's just gotta keep right caught up on it, have things ready to go. So getting better at that every day, you know. These are worth half a shit. They didn't work for me today. These are sockets to use on strip bolts. They grab them different. I might have fucked this one up a bit, probably. These are just power fists, so they're not great quality. But they actually are, like, they're a fair step above the vice grips, I do think. The problem with this was really in there, and I did not torque. It's really corroded in there, whatever. And I gave it an honest attempt with the little one there. It's an 8mm. And these are something nice to have on the job. They will work for you. But the problem is the bolts that are really bad, they don't work. All those little things don't work. Just start drilling shit out. So I got some new drill bits because I have a lot of cheap quality drill bits. And then I have a lot of like I'm missing a lot of drill bits as well as my last kit I've had for years. Titanium. They're not the creme de la whatever the French, but they're pretty damn good. So, you know, like these ones are tough to keep around, but we'll see. Just having these to start off and then keeping all those sizes in line is, you know, we should do all right. So, we got them. That's nifty. Okay. Also got a shitload of butane gas. I got 2 of these. We're gonna have to see on my butane stove. I got lots around. I'm gonna use it no matter what. I don't know how much I'll use it. It's not very efficient. What is efficient though, fuck off with this over here. But on the other hand, what's damn efficient is my hot water heater. It's nearly summer. I'm gonna have my outdoor shower going again, which is, you know, just such a beauty. And I've only used 2 bottles in that in a long time. I got some more, you know, keep stocked up and stuff. That's a real nice rig. From there, okay, so I've been meaning to switch transfer case and tranny on 12 valve. AMSOIL is damn good. It's damn expensive as well. I like to run it. Putting this in this fancy shit in the transfer case is it's a lot, but it only takes 3 liters. And for Chrysler ATF Dexron 3, that's what runs in transfer case. Is it NP241 HD? Maybe. I couldn't even tell you. And then I got tranny for 5-speed. Very fluid specific, very expensive fluid. Also AMSOIL, it's MTG. I have to order it in. There's only a couple fluids you can put in that. One is Chrysler, which is stupid expensive. The Castrol Sine Torque they quit making, and I've been running AMSOIL for a hot minute, and it's been right on. Keep all my equipment ready to go, guys. Also, got some more grease, good to be stocked up. Cheapest maintenance you can do on everything. Shop towels on sale. Got some dry lube, lubricant, WD, whatever. This is what I'm really excited about. This is like what I was telling you, one of the things I really have needed for a long time. There's been many times I've just borrowed independent taps and stuff. And you buy some of this sort, you want to do it once, and you want to get one with all the different pieces. The only thing I'm not keen is that it's this here. This is, like I'm hit and miss with the Mastercraft stuff. Like, my toolkits are sick. I have drill bits here. These are those are Cobalt. Those are for the impact driver. But I have, like, it's hit or miss with them guys with me. But it was on sale. And it was the biggest kit I could find. Now, fuck off. You gotta be careful with these kits. Because what they'll do sometimes is it called like a 100-piece kit. But fill it with cheap drill bits. I want all taps, all dies. You know, nothing else. So, can you see me? I'll check. So we got all the different pieces here for everything. And it's going to be totally... I guess that goes like this. I actually don't know how all this goes together. I usually just use these. I've never used... I think this is a ratcheting deal. So we got everything. Metric Imperial should have all the ones I need. And this is something I could have used so many times, you know. And it should be one of those things you get good use out of a long time. Just another one of them things. You hear me say that quite frequently. Here's your thread pitch gauge, so you can see the different grooves there. It tell you one of these will be metric, so I can actually tell you what threads we're looking for here on this strap. This is kind of a piss me off this fucking thing, because like both of these parts you can see I've had in stock for a while. I knew I'd have to come through there, but this rascal is really in there. So I got a Spicer U-joint. I'm hoping I didn't get a greasable one. Non-greasable sealed U-joints are better, and that's something I've more so lent towards since I've had that a while. But you can see here I can gauge just it's hard to see the threads. Okay, so there it is. I've just found it. You can see how we're using this gauge. And see, we can fit that. It goes right in there just perfectly. It's 24. This is probably the one I'm looking for. You can see, yeah, that's it. So it's 5/16, 24. You can see how my threads fit right into that tap. And if I take the 5/16, 24, and I should just be able to screw this right in to double check into the die to see that it fits right in there. Now if you tried that same thread diameter but an 18 instead of a 24, you see my threads now, they're not going to go because it's too it's not as fine. So that is damn nifty. I am excited. Well, not really. I mean, it's never an exciting job to go drill and tap something. It's kind of like, well, this is a prick. I want things half-assed. Like, I got fixed is fixed. Like, the half-assed fix don't impress me. And I've done a lot of them over the years, and it just end up, you know what I mean? So, this is very important. It tells us what size. This is in French. They put everything in French here. I don't know why. Okay, guys, beauty day. Beauty day. Me and the pooch are hanging out here. Now the general rule for any project is, you know, it's gonna take, at least for me, it's at least twice as long as I think it's going to. But when it comes to twisting wrenches, sometimes you're lucky if it's twice as long. Sometimes it's 3, 4, 5 times as long. All it takes is about one prick of a bolt, and you can really get yourself into some shitty situations there in fuck all time when you're twisting wrenches. So, but you can hear I'm not so pissed off here now, and I haven't really been too pissed off. But so last night, you know, I can never pull myself away from a job and take a second to chill out because it pisses me off. Like I can't. Ah, fuck. Hard to see. So, I don't like this U-joint. It's not bad, but this strap was wore out and it was loose in there. But this one was a prick. You can see. This is what that's supposed to look like. I was drilling this out. I got one of these drill bits. It's stuck in there. It's like shit. So that's not good because that's hardened steel. I was able to pull and pry and get some of it out of there, but it got real stuck in there. Tried to the old I never have great luck with this. This isn't the one I was using, but you know, you drive it here, see if you can get it to turn. And then I started filing it down so I could get a crescent wrench on it. I've never been a while since I've had a number 8 bolt this fucking. I've been twisting on this for a while, but it took me many times. I kept filing. I filed it down, and then I was finally able to get her. It took me many tries. I have been doing this a hot minute, all just to replace a simple U-joint. So I didn't end up using my new tap kit, but that's fine because all I do here, I'm gonna need them big time to clean out these because they are shitty. Okay, so you can see here, all I'm doing is just running the tap through all these threads. You can see there's a fair bit of resistance there, and all we're doing is running them along, you know, the old threads and cleaning out all the corrosion, and that'll really spruce up them threads. We're not cutting new threads. Another thing you can do if you don't want to use this is you just take the drill, put it on low torque setting. The last thing you want to be doing is fishing on a broken tap, but if you put it on maybe a 2 or a 3 or 4, then it'll bottom out easy, like it'll stop. It won't drive the shit out of them. That works pretty good. I'm not sure it's quite as precise, but if you're doing a lot, I guess, or whatever. So it's unlikely this is the most convenient spot in the world, but we got a cup of coffee here and we're chilling. So I didn't feel like taking this drive shaft off, so we're just gonna do this right here. It's as easy as anywhere for me. I got the C-clamp press on here. See, there that went. I don't give a shit about this U-joint. Yeah, It went some anyway. So you can see it popped there again. It's pretty subtle, and then this loosens up. So I got her going good now. I think I actually got her bottom right out. I might be able to take the cap off. We'll see. Where's my big old fuck off place? So I might try and grab it with the vice grips, but essentially what I got going on here, I pushed the cap through out the other side. Oh fuck. Now if we twist that, we pull it right off. Okay, so I just pulled the last of that with the vice grips, because it bottoms out here, and then that's all that wrote. So now we gotta come through and drive this side through, spray some lubricant just for peace of mind, and we'll do the same thing. You know, we'll push on this side and drive her through. Okay, so now we're just pressing this side through. We'll push the cap out the other side. See, she's going nicely here now. We'll just go till the U-joint bottoms out. See how I've pushed her through here? It just fits through. I haven't got her quite. Should be able to get her though, actually. I can pull the U-joint out. See this piece of shit? It's a Moog one. Hasn't been in here long enough. It's greasy. It sucks. Or it's greasable. And yeah, there she comes out. It wasn't like dire, but it was getting there. Like, well, not even, but you know, not worth fucking around with, because if it starts giving off a vibration and then starts buggering with other U-joints, like there's 3 on this rear drive shaft. So now I'm gonna come through here, clean up the mating surfaces. I already got this stuff cleaned up. Make sure those snap ring grooves are cleaned right up, because we want to make sure that it seats right in there. Of course, we don't want to be pissing around with that. And we'll put a new U-joint in. So here's our strap kit. Should really be probably even replaced every time you do a U-joint, just because holy shit, did they ever send me a lot of snap ring. Why? Really hoping here that we're looking at a sealed U-joint. Please. Yeah, thank fuck. This is a Spicer Life Series, the best U-joint you can put in it. Unlike the one I just took out. Now when I first got into all this shit, you know, I was just as concerned about finding the cheapest thing as anything. And then a good way down the line, you know, more recently, it has become all about quality. This just goes in here, and then our straps hold it down, and then this is in the drive shaft itself, right? So I don't know what they're asking from me. See, they sent me 4 here, and fucking all these ones too, different thicknesses. We gotta press this U-joint in, and being that this is sealed on, we gotta be very careful. We don't want to be adding any more lube into this U-joint. It already has everything pre-packed. I've cleaned all this out, but like still, man, I don't want any debris in here. And then our caps go back on, and they go this way. I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible. This part. Okay. So see, now we gotta push those caps in, because they're not good where they're at. Okay guys, coming down the home stretch now. I press the one side in, put the snap ring in, and that holds it there. Now we're just pressing in the other side. This is a good quality U-joint. It's been so long since I ordered it that I couldn't remember, you know, if it was a sealed or if it was a greasable, I'm relieved it's sealed. So that's as far as that goes. You know, the snap rings serve as alignment for how deep we gotta press that. So I'll clean that out again. I should have showed you on the other side. Make sure I got everything cleaned out of here, because otherwise it won't be good. And then these copper ones are the right thickness for here anyways. We'll save the other ones. Might need them one day, you know. So we shall. I got her. I just had to come in there with my pliers. It's gonna be hard to see that, but it's just a snap ring. It's not too. And I like to kind of squeeze it and slide around there a bit. Make sure I'm in a good spot. Okay, so this is all still clean. You can see how tight of a U-joint that is. So we're just gonna slide it up. Well, I guess this will have to be the one I move, and then we'll push it into place, just like that. See, this one's got a lip here to hold it, which is really nice. Now we get to see how well we did threading this. And it's gonna be a hell of an improvement. Check that we got the right straps. We do. You see how they're not all the way down? That's gonna cinch down when we tighten them down. Okay, so here we go. This is the one that was seized up real bad. See how we did? It's just a little bit inconvenient, but you see what running that tap did there? Like, I can hand tighten that one, you know, all the way down. That's what I want. Before, there was not a chance in hell. I had to ratchet it the whole way out. And see, this it's locked in because the wheels are on the ground, but it doesn't have a snap ring here. It's just a lip. Okay, so now it's time to torque everything down here. 22 foot-pounds, but you can't even get any kind of socket wrench in there. So you gotta I gotta make sure I tighten them down evenly as well, so it pulls snug and stuff. See, I don't want any more than that. Like that there'll be good. And come up top here as well. So this is right on. I was not at all mad about this job. I bought that U-joint like not long after I put that other one in. I have been just dreadfully unimpressed with that. Like, when it comes to U-joints, they're not expensive. Like both these little repairs we've done in this video on this truck, they're not expensive. So there's hardly a gap worth pissing around with between, you know, your economy and your Spicer Life series. So I lean towards, because by the time you get her done, this is a small job. Like, you know, it's not a big jump to go from the shitty ones to these beauties. We want equipment we can rely on here. So that's good to go. You can see how tight that is. So just clean up this shit here. Me and Cougs are chilling. We gotta get some more done today. We just had dinner and shit. So and by dinner, I usually have dinner like 4 o'clock, and then yeah, it's weird. I don't know what to tell you. So we'll keep giving her. Okay, so brakes for Yamaha as well. I got the transfer case draining. It was milky, so it's good we replacing it. Bunch of shit to take off here. I do not like these aren't good. They're not well designed here for the job. I'm damn worried about stripping these out. I just barely got by on the other side. Make sure that's all the way. Oh fuck, I hate it. Strict 5mm. I got the right one on here. I hate it though. These are. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking strip this. this is an issue. See, that one comes right out though. But this one is going to give me shit. God damn it. You're a... Okay guys, so transfer case, I'm already done here. It's pretty easy. Like, here's your drain plug. The only thing is, you see this is like a belly pan. And it's right in the road, so you need a big catch pan. And you don't want, I'm not even coming close to even trying those bolts, because I know what's going to happen. So I filled that up. Lucky for me, it takes exactly 3 liters. So that's right on exactly what I had. Works out nice. You can see my fluid levels right up. So that's the drain, that's the fill, and good to go. That was a good one to have replaced. Now all I gotta do on this truck, like everything, is just mint. So guys, I'm just gonna dust this here. The meals around here have not been fancy lately. I'm just trying to heat that up because I had all this stuff outside, but it's no good now that it's warmer. I gotta get that figured out, my inverter issue. I fried that one pretty good. I don't know like what extent I kind of want to get for an inverter so I can run the fridge here, because eating just Kraft dinner, ramen, canned beans, it wears on you. Oatmeal, it does actually wear on you, trust me. So other than that, it was a pretty right on day today. I was so relieved when I got that bolt out of there without having to piss around with the tap and stuff. Now it looks like I got another project, because I already got the one side done on them brakes, and if I drill and tap that, I'm gonna have to get a new bolt for it. And it's in there, it's in there. It's a specialty bolt, hey? So we'll see. We'll figure it out anyway. Worst case Ontario, no brakes. Okay guys, so another right beauty of a day today. Like real right beauty. Just wonderful weather. Wonderful March we're having here. Like I was just saying in my other video, like this time last year it was 30 below. Snow didn't start melting like this till like a month later, it seemed like. And yeah, so up to today, pulled the last couple beaver traps, did some scouting for my road and stuff. That's a project that might be coming, but I gotta wait for everything to melt. So my quad, well, there's that pull cord. I should grab that. Some of the things I've lost, you know, there's some stuff that is sunk into the snow I gotta clean up once it all melts and stuff, but that's okay. My quad, right, like it's, I just left the brakes how they're at. See, that's rear brakes. I got rear brakes on the floor, which is all I use, and these are front brakes, and there's nothing there. So hey, I'll order that pin for the caliper, and we'll figure that out. It's no worries. Like, I still got brakes. It's got wet brakes in the rear, and it's the tool for the job now. Like it's melted enough, can't get around with the snowmobile. So I got that over there. I'm gonna put it in storage. You can see my loading spot over there. Hardly any snow left there, so I'm gonna have to shovel that up or something to load this beauty. I guess I can pile up some wood today too. Got a beaver to skin, last skinning of the year, and then I want to clean up the workshop and, you know, get all my fur stuff out of there, you know, because that's about done with. Other than that, fuck, is it a nice day. I'm nearly overdressed and I'm only in 2-3 layers here, so it's crazy. I need my snowbank to get the screw up there. See, there's another thing I lost, and some things over there, you know, we'll get to that. Yeah, so I got all kinds of, like, these maintenance projects are very rewarding to do. Like, especially this, now it's spring, I got a whole bunch of this kind of maintenance around my camp. All my equipment, get the quad ready, put the screw away, get my truck mint projects I didn't want to do when it was 30 below, stuff like that. And it's, I find it real rewarding to take these days and get her done, all this kind of thing. And feels good, you know, get fresh oil and 12 valve, stuff like that. It's totally right on. So, but I could literally do this kind of shit like all day, every day. They're just project after project. Comes a point where it's not important. Like, okay, the brakes are important. It was important to get that fluid change, but there's like cleaning. Like, there comes a point where it's a waste of time. You know, like the projects, they get less and less important. So it's good to get into something big, really rip on that. Let the little projects stockpile and stuff, and then we'll get to them, do them all at once. And as long as they're not too important, you know. I also got this thing the other day. It was given to me by a buddy of mine who did not want it anymore, I guess. Who didn't want it, I guess, there. Just had no use for it, was looking to get rid of it. So I took it. I can't think of having too terrible much reason for it, actually. You know, it's a hitch extender that carries cargo and stuff. And you can see, I guess here, it'd be 2-inch. And then it just slides and you put a pin down or you can fold it up. That would be nifty on the RC over there if I ever decide to get her chooching. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so got to get the skidoo ready for winterization. Load her up. I got clean. So the box of my truck, I can't even show you. It's that bad. Like, YouTube will be on my ass. You see how the birds are shitting on there. Like I said, they're living off of it. See, I fill it with bait all winter and it freezes in and kind of forms a layer, and then it biodegrades and it's rank. So we better go shovel some of that out too, eh? Okay guys, so you can see I got my skidoo loaded up. Luckily my bank had just not quite melted right enough. I was able to load it up, no problem, no shoveling required. So now that I'm putting away the skidoo, I want to take off my chainsaw press. I don't really like it was obvious where to put it on the skidoo. I'm not so sure on the quad. I don't want it out the side here. I can't put it like here. I don't want it in behind the tire. It would be a disaster. Out the side, I'm just going to clip it all the time, I think. So, I think that I am going to put it like probably right here. And that'll be good. Just right off the front there. Actually, maybe on this side. So it's super easy, like 3 U-bolts, right? So it takes, you know, seconds to put it on and take it off. So if we don't love where it's at, well, we'll just put it somewhere new. Simple as that, you know. So I want it to clear here. Okay, I'm gonna try it right there, guys, and we'll see what happens. You see this plate? It's got all different ways you can mount it. The big thing is I want to mount it on both the bars going this way and the bars going that way, otherwise it'll kind of want to twist around probably. So try and torque them down evenly here as well. What I'm thinking is that bar is gonna be kind of, you know, right there by the front bumper, as opposed to, you know, and it's not a clearance issue, or it's not in the road there either, like you can see fine. But if I put it like on that back bar or here, it just seems dangerous and I can't see it then, hey. If I put it off the side, I'm definitely gonna smash it. Yeah, the big thing is I can't see it, so I don't know what I'm smashing into. But yeah, nice plate, easy to do. It's a beautiful little thing, well worth the money. Just such a nice, it's much easier on your chainsaw than against the bars. And you can see these bars are beat up a bit, you know, I use it for work. Okay guys, so last fur chores of the year all done, so that's right on. You know, I was, you know, getting pretty sick of skidding. You do it for long enough and it's like, you know, it's one of them things. Much like a lot of other things too, but I've done a lot of work inside here. I had all these furs here but now I moved them over there. Ripped out all the cardboard that was there and pulled out my stretching beam and freed that space up. So there's a lot more space freed up here. Cleaned my table off, all my fur handling stuff. So that's right on. Still a little bit clutter in here, but it's actually really well organized. So got all my shit there. And then yeah, so the fur goes out a little later this year, just with how the sales are organized. So I'm going to be sending this stuff off a little bit later, so but only a couple more weeks and then we'll send them all off. So that's right on. So that's pretty well it. It's about 6 o'clock. I've been really up, giving her early here, all kinds of different things. So I was thinking about stacking some wood, but should I, if I'm not tired right out? Actually, I'm loving these longer days, warm weather, snow is melting, and I'm loving it. But I'm a little bit out of the loop because I'm used to giving her till it's dark, but it's a little bit trickier to do that now. So Skidoo's ready to be put in storage, all that good shit. So we're off. Probably a cup of tea here so I don't fall asleep. Got a lot of video that's got to go tomorrow hopefully, so try and get that done and then see what else. This is a decent little meal here, guys. I just put some fettuccine and then I got this good sauce and melt some cheese in there and good to go. Oh, another beauty day in the bush here, guys. This is how breakfast the morning usually goes around here. Now, usually I don't even go close to the camera this time of the day because I'm just stumbling around. Like before caffeine and breakfast, like it's a shit show. There's no two ways about it. Already drove half of this into us, so we're good to go here. Oatmeal with maple syrup and brown sugar. It's a pretty sick recipe, and you know, it's cheap breakfast. Oatmeal just on its own is pretty bland. You get bored of it, so spruce it up a bit. Only thing, I got this a little bit too much water. I have to guess and check it because the only measuring scoop I have I used to mix fuel in the workshop. So anyways, I'm not like, today's one of those days I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm doing, which is not good. So I'm in a bit of a layover here because I got projects coming in the mail and stuff, and I had my first calf of the year yesterday too, so I was working on that, which is right on. So it's good, we're getting beautiful weather for it. Like, it's a beautiful day out today. Okay guys, so just working on my wood pile here. It's kinda icy sliding around here and half muddy and shit, so I'm using 4, I guess, to come across here, and these are pretty deep pallets. I got this pretty well stacked right up. That's about as high as I'll go. I'll just put some there, and it's 3 deep. There's a lot of wood here, and it's kind of unthawing as I go there on my pile and stuff, but you know, we'll stack it all up. And this would be a great thing to get done like right straight away, because pretty quick I'm going to be building another wood pile and don't want to get behind on it. You know, like, I'm pretty well right down on my to-do list. Like, once it melts here, I'll clean up this shit that like lots is froze under. I gotta put tranny oil in there, but I'm not gonna be able to get it just with the funnel the way I want to do it, so won't do that today, but that's okay. And yeah, so just run them perpendicular to the way I'm stacking the wood. Works good. Pallets, they work great. Put the wood on, you get air flow through the bottom, I guess, help it dry out nicer, and keeps it off the ground so it don't suck up all the moisture. Okay. Fuck. On there, I'm going on a bit of a downhill. I don't care. It's a nice place for it. The biggest thing, like, I can't believe how much some of this wood is already dried out. The biggest thing is it's right in the sun. Like, if I put this down by my cabin, it just don't dry. So if I get this stuff stacked up, it will not take long to get it dried right out, you know. Be right on. Close to my workshop too. Just gotta take it down to my cabin, but that's okay. Okay guys, so as you can see, I didn't get much of a chance here yesterday. But I got as much stacked as I could there now. I got 3 pallets here, I guess. I want 4 to do a row. Otherwise they're not gonna do much, so I'll pick up some more. Yeah, so that's a lot. She's 6 deep there. It's a lot of wood. And I'm not even half done. Fuck, that's quite a pile. It's about, you know, I think it was 23 truckloads or something of wood there. So that's right on. You know, I'm set for firewood for quite a long time here, so that's right on, but I want to get all this done. Most of this pile is still frozen, which is kind of whatever, but so I'll kind of gradually chip away at that, because you could spend like fucking 2 days doing that and you feel pretty useless. But the only thing here, like, I had my old pile of wood that we already burned through. You can see it was over there too, so I dumped this here planning to stack it there, but now I didn't get a chance, so it's kind of shitty now because now I'm putting it over here, so there's a bit of distance, which is killing me a bit. So I'll plan that a little better next time. My next project is these 5 pawpaw trees. This is filled with water here. It's just for the spring and then it buggers off. But you know, like, I'm parking, I got things blowing around everywhere today. It's windy, but Like if I park my quad there, I want that room come around. I want to clean these stumps up, get that done. These bushes can go, and that'll be right on. And then from there, I'll put the wood right in my pile, split that up. This shit I was gonna deal with here real pretty quick. You can see it's melting. Okay guys, so I got that all cleaned up, lots of little limbs and stuff, and cut this down. It really opens this up, hey? But once the leaves come on my trees here in the back, it's really going to put it in the shade. So that's nice, gives me room to park more stuff. Say I have my quad there loading up stuff, can pull my truck around still, you know. And those trees are too close. One day they're gonna be too big, and I'm gonna have that issue with a lot of these. They're not dire need yet. And another thing too, over a real span of time, we're gonna have a lot more spruce in here, particularly like right here. These trees are gonna come up and it'll be a lot nicer bush just around here, you know. She's all spruce down there, but anyway, we're gonna haul all this shit off because I don't want it here. And then, you know, I've cut up all these little pieces of wood. It's kind of a waste of time. Some of these are kind of piss around pieces. God damn, I love that chainsaw. It's such a treat to run. So me and Cougs will go rip around and dump her off there. So I was gonna take my split maul and send all these, but I can't find it. I don't know where I put the fucking thing. So, like, there's some decent pieces in here. A lot of these pieces are like the worst size. They're like just big enough you gotta split them and they don't add up quick. I'm gonna have a hell of a pile of wood here, and I'm gonna have another hell of a pile of wood. It's just like I'm not even intending to. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a lot more. So I wanted to get dealt with all that wood, get it all done with. But other than that, I am looking for information, so I'll just ask you instead of having to, because someone will know right off the top of their head. I'm gonna have to be dealing with a lot of poplar stumps here probably. I'm thinking about it anyway. You know, like I don't. They're gonna be kind of in the road. I was wondering how long they take to decay. I would imagine it's about 3 years, say, to about a grade or something like that. And if there's ways you can speed up that process without digging them, you know, speed up that. I seen one. I did a quick search, and says you could fill it with fertilizer, but that is a fuck of a lot of work for how many stumps I'm thinking about. Like drill holes and fill it with nitrogen, but, and, you know, accelerate that process. But you know, that sounds like a pain in the ass, especially for how much, you know, how many stumps we're talking about. But anyway, yeah, I'll leave that with you, and then maybe let me know. So other than that, I gotta get going here pretty quick. Shave the mop too, boys. I was just like, fuck it, I don't know. It's right on. It's been a minute, years since I've had hair this short. I just fucking sent it. Like, fuck. I'm in the bush. No one sees me. I guess 30,000 YouTube subscribers or something, but other than that, fucking low maintenance. It's getting pretty hot there. Yeah, so just pile it all over there and then we'll send her through. So it's right on, guys. Okay, that's pretty good for now. A lot of that's frozen. I'm gonna go haul this shit off and we gotta get going. There's just other things to do today as well. You know, so gotta head her. Doing a lot back and forth here. A little bit of work here, a little bit of work there. It's nice, these kind of projects. Not too committed. Okay guys, so the snow, it packs down my trail, right? And it smooths it right out. Now the snow's melting. Like, I nearly forgot how rough this shit is, my trail to my camp. I'll show you what I mean and what's gonna happen here on my road. See, all winter I've been packing her down, you know, so this is the last to melt because it's hard packed. So what that does is it insulates below, but as soon as that goes, like, and this shit don't help either when I'm driving like, there's sloughs form everywhere. It's not going anywhere. The ground's frozen, but it's going to unthaw, and this shit is going to unthaw. So like, it's gonna happen real quickly here because the water's building, and like, we're going to, once it unthaws and that the frost comes out, that first rain will be nasty. It's just bog. Like this fucking slough I'm driving through here now, rock solid now. In short time it'll be anything but. All you do is sink. You see me? Yeah, it sure looks a lot different out here even from just yesterday. It's gonna get, yeah, it'll get ugly here real quick. We've been real lucky that we've been able to drive in like all winter. Didn't get snowed out, nearly did. Got just so lucky. But like, looking back at the last 5 years, maybe, it would be, I think it was 2 years, maybe 3 you could drive in and 2 you couldn't, or about half and half or so. Just how much snow there was, how much you could drive around. But you know, we don't get as much snow out. But yeah, anyway, so it was a great video. I enjoyed doing what we're doing. You know, like, it's easy to jump in over my head and get way too much going on and not do that kind of work and get behind on that shit. And that's, you know, it's bad to do that. So it's great to take a second, get all that done, all those little projects, putting off and stuff, and just get them done. Get the maintenance rate up, and you know, it feels good. You know, it's right on, guys. So, you know, there's a continuous flow of them all winter, all year round, but they really stockpile there in the spring. I still got more, you know, but I want to get into exciting projects and then just work at those as I go. I'm still driving over ice here too. It won't be too long. It's just been an unbelievably beautiful March here. I'm driving over ice right now. So, like, that being said, it was a good time to do it too, because I don't want to busy myself too bad and commit myself too bad to something, because I got to be working at other things here, like I am going to be, you know, heading off right now. So that's kind of all that. But I got a lot I'm thinking about, and so should be right on. I got a project here. Like, okay, so the access, like, I'm gonna be bringing my quad in here tomorrow, probably leave it, stash my truck, and be done with driving, because all of a sudden you're gonna get stuck. Like, you're stuck in and come out and you'll be real in trouble. And it has nothing to do with tire chains or what kind of tires or anything like that. It's just, you're gonna sink, you know, it's nasty. You just sink a tractor, you sink anything. So the only option is to quad. There's a few nasty spots in particular. One is over there, and I'm gonna have to start going around that way. So then, oh, there's all kinds, like that slough I showed you, it'll be just sloppy as hell, and all you do is tear up the country. All you do is tear up the country, break shit, or you can just whip in on the quad at the same amount of time. And it's just, that's the option right now. And we're talking about a lot of road. You know, I'm rolling along here in first gear. I had to stop to think, but you rip faster on the quad. Same speed actually, because Poochie's ripping along here as you can see. But there's just no chance you're doing anything. And it'd be, I don't know, if you'd ever even want to tackle trying to. All season access here is about impossible. About impossible. Like vehicle access, it's about the closest thing to impossible that I can think of. Get in with the quad here and there. The snow is nasty. You can get around that, but take a tremendous amount of work to be able to drive through this next stretch of spring where the frost comes out and just becomes a sinkhole everywhere. So, but other than that, guys, we're a little bit tired out here. We got lots more to do yet today, but I know this video is damn long, so I'll let you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna rip on hopefully some deadly stuff here pretty quick. Gonna get busy here for a bit probably. You know, it's that time of the year, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys.